Hey everyone, good morning. Most shows would start with that question. What's that one thing you do today to get your products and services and the things you believe in out into the world and still remain sustainable? Oh, how many times have I heard that kind of question on a podcast or a webinar or something like that? That's not the right question. We just don't believe that's the question you should be looking at. We are renegades, and we want to provoke your thoughts. We want to engage your mind. We want you to develop your solution to your individual challenge. Whatever that challenge is today, it might be a challenge today that's different than tomorrow and different than next Tuesday or next month. And then we want you to do something that most people don't really talk about. Most people like to wallow in the challenges. We want you to actually take action today. So by the end of this, Tom and I will give you a simple suggestion on something you can consider doing so you can actually take action. And action is what leads to results, which leads to success. So over the next 15, 17 minutes, Tom and I are going to help you figure out what action you should take. I'm Bob Graham. That's Tom Brush. And this is today's Antidote. And Tom is doing some new magic. We got a new system with a StreamYard where he is actually able to pop up comments onto the screen. That is cool, Tom. I love it.
Very cool, isn't it? Yeah, technology, an interesting thing. Yeah, just saying hello to a bunch of people who hopped on. Tim and Frank and Neil and Chrissy says good morning, and Teresa. So it's a good morning today. Bob.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. The other thing that's shifted in the last 2 days that you may not know, people, is that now Tom is responsible for the technology. And this means that I can actually relax and breathe a little bit because I was juggling a lot of different balls. And now Tom's got the responsibility ball and I'm just the talent. And I think, Tom, this is where you're going to lose out because I'm going to end up on a TV show by myself. They're going to see me shine now and go, wow, that guy was just the board operator. It's this guy with the talent.
That's probably true.
No, you know I'm kidding. You know I'm kidding. We would be nowhere without each other.
Correct.
So today we are talking about a really, I almost want to say renegadiness idea. I just made up a word. Yeah, another new word, sagist and renegadinist. So an idea for a renegade is that if you do what you love and do it well and share it with the world, you are actually giving.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I know I've heard that. Sorry.
It's okay. I think it's one of those things that we people talk about all the time, but I don't think they realize it. You know, we all have a set of talents. Some of them we don't even know that we have or that we're using them. And the fact that we have been given them by birth, and some of them we have developed, that it is something that we have the ability to share.
Right. And I think the alignment is if you can align those things you're good at, and they're the things you're passionate about, then doing what you love doing is giving because you're helping other people benefit from them. And it's not hard work. And that's one of the things I talk to, or I hear from a lot of entrepreneurs when they get successful, that it isn't really work. The work is figuring out how to expand and what to expand. But when it comes to what they're actually doing, they're so passionate about it that there's no need to worry about it's not work. And I know I've had days like that where it's like, I get paid to do this. This is just so awesome. How lucky am I? And I think a lot of people just lose sight of that. So giving isn't always, here's $20 to this cause or $2,000 to this cause. It isn't always, let me support this initiative with my time and money, though those are great and valuable. But it also can be sharing your unique gifts and talents with the world. Tom and I are trying to do that right now with these sessions. Our goal with this from the start was to get out there and really share with people a perspective we thought they needed to hear and put together a group of people. We call them the Ring of Renegades, our Facebook group. And our goal is to bring these people together so that they can start exploring really great issues. And one of the people in the group, John Hansen's been posting a couple of videos, and he is a true renegade. I watched one of his videos last night. He is way ahead of most people on the curve, and it's great to hear that different perspective. And when I went to bed last night, I was thankful that you and I had the shared gift that we wanted to do something in these challenging times, and that we found a way to give people like John the opportunity to share his perspective.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think that's what it's all about, is not only do people share what they are willing to do, but usually in their giving, it provides other people an opportunity that they may have never thought about. The idea that John probably, 2 months ago, the idea that John would get on and do a video and talk about what he's thinking and how he's feeling and what's going on, probably not likely, and so if not for you and I sitting down and making some decision, yeah, we're going to do this thing and grab these people together, that opportunity wouldn't have been available. And I think this is one of the ways that we discover some of the gifts that we never knew we really had. You get the chance when you step out and do something different, take a chance, you might discover that this is something you're really good at and something that now you have the ability to use to give to other people. Again, whether it's, something that you're doing for free or something that you're doing because this is what you do and people are paying you to do it.
I'll give you a little more detail into the whole thing with John. He and I talked about a month ago, and he was talking about what we were doing, and I was mentioning to him video and how it's such a powerful tool to really affect change and really get people inspired. And I said, you should do a video. You should do something with video. And he was like, no. Well, last night I got a call from him around 7:30 in the evening. Hey, Bob, I've been thinking about what you said about a month ago about video. I'm ready to do one. Tell me how to do Facebook Live, which I've done dozens of them. And so I walked him through. He had a couple simple questions. He kind of knew what to do, and we talked through it. And then I'm like, okay, go ahead, do it. And he did it. Now, that took me maybe 4 minutes, but it was a gift that I could give to him that as I was doing it, it's just like, yeah, John had questions. I answered his questions, and he did a video. As I think about it now today, I was sharing a gift with John, my knowledge, my expertise. And if you go back a month ago when I said, hey, John, you might want to consider using video, that was more of me sharing, hey, this is something I think could really help you in some of the things you're trying to achieve. Oh, wow. Okay. So that wasn't something where, I went, oh, I'm going to heaven because I gave John this gift. And that's one of the things I heard from someone yesterday. If you're really giving, it should get you points towards heaven. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting perspective.
Maybe that's our
responsibility.
Maybe it's our responsibility to give. We don't, again, I don't think you always give to get. I think you give because that's our responsibility. We have been given knowledge. And I think that's it. It's not just that we've been given money because we work and we can give that away. We have been given a lot of resources, knowledge, time, talent, experiences. I'm going to share this just because I got this cool fancy tool.
Tom with the technology. Watch out, folks.
This is what I love. Chrissy, who works for a nonprofit organization, says we always say sharing our cancer story or even sharing some of our mission posts on social media is extremely helpful. We love donations, but stories and your volunteer time are wonderful contributions. So here's the thing. We all have a story. So thank you, Chrissy, for sharing that.
She works with the American Cancer Society in Maryland, just so people know.
So we all have a story. Correct. We all have a story that is giving. We are talking about what we do and what we have done and how it has impacted us. And telling your story sometimes can be the most powerful gift you can ever give, because usually it encourages or gets someone else thinking about opportunities that they may have to change their lives, to be different, to do something they never thought they could. And I think that that's an important part of how we think about giving and how that changes the whole conversation about what giving looks like. That it's not just about, I'm going to give somebody money and make a donation. It's about giving of everything that we have to make someone else's life experience the way they are different.
Tom, I'm going to make a beautiful segue. You ready for it?
I am.
We are sharing our story, and we forgot to mention that our story today is the first day that we are sharing it on Periscope. We've expanded, so it's right.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you gave me a look like you didn't know this was happening. We did some testing yesterday, and we wanted to expand our reach. It's also on YouTube, I believe. We are really trying to branch out and really find a way. Oh, wow, Tom, that is
this.
That is just
I didn't even know I said that.
As all heck.
But my friend Kate, who is an amazing person, I had a great conversation with her on Monday, I guess captured that I had said that. So I thought I'd share.
And Kate knows branding 101. Rather than give us her name, she gave us the company name. Bravo, Kate. I am in awe of your ability.
She's a super smart woman, Bob.
I need to learn from her.
You need to meet Kate. She's awesome.
Okay. That's on my to-do list. So a couple of things, Tom, and we're going to have to air a little dirty laundry here, or at least solve something. Are we going to do a live today to talk about accountability? We said we were going to. We are not.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, here you go, folks. We didn't do our prep work today to the level we normally do.
No. Well, whatever. Here's the thing. I think that sometimes you realize that you could do things more effectively. You make these great plans, just like the way we are now. We had an idea as we wanted to talk about accountability. And yesterday, as we were talking, and we realized that, yeah, we could do it, but we could do a better job if we do it next week. And it could more tie into where we are and what we're doing. And actually, I think that talking about accountability the week after we talk about giving is a very fascinating, interesting concept. And some that makes a lot of sense. Something that I don't know. That just came to me.
So thank you, Tom, for bailing me out. I know we made that offer that we were going to do that yesterday, and I just wanted to be aware of it, let people know we've moved our thinking, and this is part of the fluidity of things that we are dealing with in real time. So if you think this is a perfectly oiled machine and we've mapped this out for like the next 7 months, I can assure you nothing could be further from the truth. So Tom, real quick, you know, and I know. Real quick, I want to give people, we are building this Ring of Renegades, a Facebook group where we're trying to get people together who want to be the ones to cut the new path through the challenging times. And I know I say that every day and people get tired of hearing it, but what you can do to support us, support our work here today, our work, if you've listened to this, if you've watched this and it's provided you any value at all, we're not asking you for money. We are asking for you to go out and find someone else who can join our group so that we can expand that spider web so it gets bigger and bigger and bigger with people that understand, or people that are looking for more, or people who are trying to grow and just find the solutions. They're the people. I was on a networking call yesterday, and one of the people said, I just think there's so much that can happen now that's really exciting. I was like, that's a renegade. So
Absolutely.
As soon as it was over, I sent them a note and said, hey, got this thing we're doing, think you'd be a great fit. That person joined. If you know those people in your life or in your business pursuits, this is a chance for you to bring them into this family, because the bigger this family is, the more we can support each other and the more we can help each other. When there are moments of doubt, which will come, when there's confusion, when there's, I need someone who can do X, the more people that can provide those services or no context that can do it, the better off we're all going to be. So that's the Ring of Renegades in Facebook, a Facebook group. You go there. I can't even do it anymore.
You got to get more comfortable with this technology, that this might happen. Well,
here's the hard part for me, Tom. I'm trying to do my patter and I'm talking, and all of a sudden something pops up and I don't know what it's going to be. Like, this is Bob prattling on, or, I mean, you have a lot of control, and I like control.
I know you do.
So this is very uncomfortable territory to me. But
Sometimes
this
it's
is
good to go where we're uncomfortable.
This is me being a renegade. Giving you control is me being a renegade, and you're doing a great job of it.
Thank you.
So people, the goal here is really to build a community. That's what this comes down to at the end. And we want as many people as possible who fit that criteria of being renegades. And if you get into the group, you'll see John Hansen explains what a true renegade is. And he's been posting some videos about his thoughts on being a renegade that are very thought-provoking. There are other people in there. There's been questions. There's been, there were quotes. There's been all kinds of I said quotes already, didn't I? There's all kinds of information in there, and it's a great resource. These are truly people that are making a difference. These are the people that are not sitting and going, gee, I wonder when things are going to get back to normal. These are the people who are making it happen. You've heard some of them. If you've been watching or listening to this, you've heard some of their comments because we've been using those. Those are all people in the group. They're the people you can surround yourself and see really great value. So,
you want me to go ahead? Here's Bob. This is for you a little bit from my friend Katie, who's very wise. It's good to be uncomfortable. It means you're learning new things. See? And Tim shares, there's no comfort in the growth zone and no growth in the comfort zone. You're
about
growing.
Being uncomfortable, Bob. Well, here's what I hear from all this, Tom. I've hit a spot that that resonates with people. This idea of being uncomfortable.
Sure. It's hard. Nobody wants to be uncomfortable. And I'm going to add to your comment about finding others.
Yes.
Here's the other thing I think that people can do. And I think people need to tell their stories within the Ring of Renegades. It's one thing to be a member, and that's great. But here's the thing is that other people are going to benefit from hearing where you're at and what you're doing. That's the real value of that community. It's to be able to share your story so that we can now start to figure out how we can benefit from hearing your story. I think John is starting to explore that. And I think the more that others do, the community as a whole gets stronger and more beneficial to everybody who's a part of it. So yes, growing it would be great, especially if we find those people who are really, truly interested in being a part of this type of a community, and how that community, once inside, can really make a huge difference by how it expands and shares and connects with one another.
And that story sharing doesn't have to be, I'm doing these amazing things. It can be, I'm really struggling right here. I belong to another community and we share very openly what we're going through. And, it's not uncommon to say, I'm just having a bad day today. And someone will say, well, do you want to hop on a call, or what's going on? Or don't forget, did you do this thing? And it's like, boom, instantly you're perked up. And that's what we're trying to create, people. I know it sounds, for those of you who have never experienced that, it sounds crazy. I wouldn't have told you 3 years ago that I would ever expect that kind of thing to happen, but it really can happen, and it really can make a difference. So, Tom, we should probably call it a day. We've gone a little longer than usual. What's your antidote for today?
My antidote is tell your story. I love that when Christy mentioned that, because I think that's so important. Telling
Chrissy,
our story.
not Christy, Chrissy.
I thought I said Chrissy. Sorry
sorry, my bad.
No, that's okay. Maybe I didn't. No, I think that telling our story, sometimes as hard as it may be the best gift we could ever give.
3 days in a row, I got nothing.
All right, tomorrow I have to ask you for the closing comment.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Well, people, this has been a great morning. Look forward to talking to you. If you haven't joined the group, join the group. If you haven't brought someone into the group, a like-minded person, bring them into the group. We'd love to start talking with them within the group. Have a great day, everyone.
Share your story. Enjoy the day.